Hello, good morning. I am D. Balnarasimha, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, Government Degree College, Ramannapet. Today, in this video lecture, I am going to discuss introduction of chemical kinetics. Actually, in the previous video lecture, in the introduction of chemical kinetics or introduction to chemical kinetics, I have discussed about types of reactions and the rate of the reaction. Okay, so in this video lecture I am going to discuss about reaction rate constant, what is rate law, and order of reaction, molecularity of the reaction, differences between order of reaction and molecularity of the reaction. Okay, so in the previous video of introduction to chemical kinetics, I tried to explain the basic concepts of our chemical kinetics and especially types of reactions based on their speed of the reaction, that is rate of the reaction, and definition of rate of the reactions, and a few solved problems on the rate of the reaction. Okay, in this video I am going to discuss rate constant, what is rate constant, what is the rate law, and what is the order of a reaction, and what is the molecularity of the reaction, and the differences between order of the reaction and molecularity of a reaction. So, what is rate law? It is an equation that shows the dependence of rate of reaction rate on the concentration of each reactant. Here I am taking one example, general example. AA plus BB gives products. Here rate is directly proportional to rate of the reaction is directly proportional to concentration of A to the power of M, concentration of B to the power of N. It is proportionality. So to remove that proportionality, we write like this: rate is equal to K A to the power of M B to the power of N. Here where K is rate constant, and here this M plus N is order of the reaction. It is order of the reaction. Okay, so rate law, an equation that shows the dependence of the reaction rate on the concentration of each reactant. Okay, an experimentally determined mathematical expression relating to the molar concentration of reactants to the actual reaction rate is known as rate law. What is rate law? An experimentally determined mathematical expression. So it should be experimentally determined. Okay, we cannot write a rate law by simply looking at the equation. That's why I wrote here, it is the concentration, the number of moles of A is A, small a, but I wrote here as M. So A may be or may not be equal to M, or B may be or may not be equal to N. Okay, so this is the difference. Here M M and N are practically determined, okay, experimentally determined quantities. So an experimentally determined mathematical expression relating the molar concentration of reactants to the actual rate is known as the rate law. Rate law and law of mass action may be in agreement with one another as far as a single step reaction is concerned. Okay, rate law is derived from the law of mass action. Okay, actually that rate law and law of mass action may be in agreement with one another as far as a single step reaction is concerned, but many of the reactions are not single step reactions. Okay, these two will always differ for a complex reaction taking place in several steps. So those reactions which are complex which take place in number of steps, okay, more than one step, which involves more than one step. For that, those reactions, law of mass action and rate law are different. Okay. Here, what I have tried to say, A plus B gives rise to products. Here, A and B are molar concentrations of A and B, but rate is directly proportional to A to the power of M and B to the power of N. Here, A may be equal to M or not, may not be equal to N. B may be equal to N or may not be equal to N. Okay, M and N are to be experimentally determined. Okay, so here we get a constant that is called rate constant. Okay, A to the power of M and B to the power of N. This is the rate law. Okay, K is the rate constant, where K is rate constant. Right, determination of rate law. Consider a general reaction, Na plus Mb gives rise to products. To start with, one of the reactants is taken in large excess so that the rate of the reaction becomes independent of. So, if we take any of the reactant in large amount, then the rate of the reaction doesn't depend on the reactant which is taken in excess amount. Okay, here I am taking B in excess, so that the rate of the reaction doesn't depend on B. Okay, so it only depends on remaining reactant, that is A. Okay, taking different concentrations of A, corresponding rates are determined. Okay, rate is determined with respect to A only. So let R directly proportional to A to the power of small a, where A may or may not be different from N. Okay, here number of moles of A is N. So here A practically determined one is, experimentally determined one is A. So A may be equal to N or A may not be equal to N. Okay, so with respect to A, the rate of the where A may not be with respect to A, this is the rate of the reaction. So now the second reactant A is taken in larger amount. So then what happens? The rate of the reaction only depends on B only. Okay, so large excess, so that the rate of the reaction becomes independent of it. In taking different concentrations of B, corresponding rate determinations, it is given below. Given below, right? Rate of the reaction is directly proportional to B to the power of B, where B may not be equal to M or may be equal to M. Okay, right? Combining both equations 1 and 2, R is directly proportional to A to the power of A, B to the power of B. This equation is called the rate law for the above general reaction. Okay, what is that reaction? Na plus Mb gives rise to products. Okay, this is the rate law for this reaction. On the other hand, if law of mass action is applied, okay, only if law of mass action is applied, the rate law would be like this. The rate should be, it depends upon the concentration terms of the reactants. Okay, so from equation 3 and 4, it is rate equation or rate law, and fourth is law of mass action. You can simply say that these are two different things. Okay, for complex reactions, especially for complex reactions, clearly indicate the difference between rate law and law of mass action. So rate law and law of mass action will be equal with respect to single step reactions. Okay, if there are complex reactions, law of mass action will be different from rate law. Okay, so difference between rate law and law of mass action. The rate law is obtained from the experimental facts. So we have already discussed it. It expresses the actual dependence of the rate on concentrations of the various reacting species. It expresses the actual dependence of the rate on the concentrations of various reacting species. On the other hand, the law of mass action gives the concentration dependence of reaction rates as given by overall chemical equation. So, law of mass action depends only on the chemical equation, balanced chemical equation. But whereas in case of rate law, it only depends upon the actual concentrations, actual dependence of the concentration of reactants. Okay, the rate law corresponds to the slowest step in a complex reaction. The slowest step is the rate determining step. It may be noted for single step reactions. Law of mass action and rate law expressions are same, but for the multi-step reaction these are different. So, the rate law corresponds to slow step in a complex reaction. In any reaction which takes place in more than one steps, the slowest step or slow step is a rate determining step. With that slow step only we can understand the mechanism of the reaction. Okay, the rate of the reaction, the molecularity of the reaction. Okay, right. So, this rate law corresponds to only slow step in a complex reaction. Okay, only slow step in a complex reaction. This is about rate law. Simply, rate law is, this is the equation. So, this is the rate law. Here A, this A may not be equal to M or may be equal to M or may not be equal to M. P may be equal to N or may not be equal to N. This is the rate law. And here it is rate constant. K is rate constant. For simple step reactions or single step reactions, rate law and law of mass action are same. For complex reactions, they are different. This is about rate law. So, sorry. Next one. What is the difference between rate of the reaction and rate constant? Rate of the reaction, it is defined as the rate of change of concentration of any one of the reactants or products at given moment of time. The rate of reaction at 100th second or 250th second can be determined. Okay, rate of the reaction depends on the concentration of the reactants. So, we know what is rate. Okay, it is a disappearance of reactants over a period of time or appearance of products over a period of time is called as rate of the reaction. We discussed in the previous video lecture. And whereas in case of rate constant, it is a proportionality constant. Okay, it is a proportionality constant, right? And in the rate law, it relates to concentration of reactants. Consider the reaction. Okay, we have discussed about such type of reaction, and rate of reaction directly proportional to concentration of A and concentration of B, where it is next step is rate of reaction is equal to K A B, concentrations of A and B. Here K is rate constant. Okay, rate is equal to dx by dt. Okay, dx is extremely small change in concentration which occurs in infinitesimally small time dt. So, and whereas in case of rate constant, if the molar concentration of each reactant is unity, then rate of the reaction is equal to reaction rate constant. If molar concentrations of A and B equal to 1, then what will happen? Rate is equal to K into 1. That means R is equal to K. So, if the molar concentrations of reactants is unity, then the rate of the reaction will be equal to rate constant. Okay, these are the main differences between rate constant and rate of the reaction. And rate of the reaction depends upon the constant temperature. Okay, of course rate constant depends upon the temperature, whereas if we change concentration of reactants, the rate of the reaction changes. the rate of the reaction depends upon the concentration of the reactants. The rate constant doesn't depend upon the concentration of the reactants. This is another main difference between rate of the reaction and rate constant. Next one, order of a reaction. Already we have discussed about this one. When we write a rate law, the powers of reactants, concentration powers of the reactants in a rate law, the addition of powers of concentrations of the reactants in a rate law is called as order of a reaction. Suppose, then order of a reaction. Order of a reaction is the sum of exponents, powers, okay, to which the molar concentration terms are raised in the rate law. Okay, so here I am taking one simple general equation. L and M are molar concentrations, number of moles of reactant A and reactant B respectively. Its rate equation should be like this. Okay, minus dx by dt. Why I am assigning it minus? Because it shows the disappearance of or consumption of reactants. So K, A to the power of A, B to the power of B. Again, A and B should be experimentally determined. Then what is the order of the reaction? So overall order of the reaction should be A plus M, A plus B. So it is a summation or sum of, it is the sum of exponents to which the molar concentration terms are raised in the rate law. Okay, simply the sum of concentration terms, sum of powers of concentration of reactants is called as order of the reaction. If the order of the reaction is 0, then it is called as zero order reaction. If the order, total summation or sum of the concentrations of the reactants in a rate law is 1, it is called as first order. If it is 2, it is second order reaction. It is 3, it is third order reaction. So order should be in integers only, 1, 2, 3, like this. Okay, right. This is about order of a reaction. So then what is the molecularity of the reaction? Molecularity, in simple words, if a reaction goes through multiple steps, completes in multiple steps, the slowest step is the rate determining step. Okay, if suppose A forms B, but this reaction involves 2 steps. First of all, it gives C and C turns to B. If second step is a slow step, it is called as rate determining step. In the slow step, how many molecules are participated? Only 1. So it is called as unimolecular reaction. So unimolecular reaction. Suppose A gives rise to D. A first forms C, B plus C, and these intermediate compound gives D. It is slow step. If second one is slow step, the molecularity of the reaction should be 2. Why? Because in the slow step, that is rate determining step, 2 molecules were participated. So 2 molecules are participating. That's why it is called as bimolecular reaction. So molecularity can be determined experimentally. So it depends upon the number of molecules which participate in the slow step of a reaction. So it is the number of molecules or ions taking part in collision to bring about the reaction, or it is the number of reactant species included in a single step reaction. So accordingly, the reactions may be termed as unimolecular, bimolecular, trimolecular. For example, this is a single step reaction. So unimolecular reaction, it is also unimolecular reaction. So two molecules or ions are participating in this one. So it is bimolecular, and it is also bimolecular. All these are simple reactions, single step reactions. So this is a bimolecular reaction. This is a bimolecular reaction. Trimolecular because two sulfur dioxide. Okay, this is trimolecular reaction. So and another one is hydrolysis of methyl acetate in the presence of acid is pseudo unimolecular reaction. Okay, and saponification of ethyl acetate is bimolecular reaction. So it all depends upon the slow step. If in the slow step, if one molecule is participating, then it is called as unimolecular reaction. In the slow step, if two molecules are participating, it is called as bimolecular reaction. In the hydrolysis of methyl acetate in the presence of acid is unimolecular reaction. So it depends upon the only concentration or of the only methyl acetate. Okay, that's why it is a unimolecular reaction. And saponification, that is hydrolysis of methyl acetate in the presence of base, is bimolecular reaction. Okay, this is about molecularity of a reaction. And there are some major differences between molecularity and order of a reaction. Okay, molecularity, it is the number of reacting species undergoing simultaneous collisions. It is a sum of powers of the concentration terms in a rate law. Okay, and it is theoretical concept. Molecularity is a theoretical concept. It can be determined by writing mechanism. Okay, the number of we calculate by we just find out how many molecules or ions are participating in the slow step. So that is about molecularity. And order is determined experimentally. It has integral values only. Molecularity should be 1, 2, 3, 4. If there is 0, we cannot say it's a zero molecular reaction. So there are no molecules. How can the reaction proceed? So the reaction molecularity should be integral 1. It cannot be 0. It cannot be 0. And it can be fractional values. It can be 0. We know there is 0 order reaction, first order reaction. Okay, and they may be fractional values for order of the reaction. Okay, and it provides no information on reaction mechanism. So molecularity doesn't provide information on reaction mechanism. The slowest step in the reaction can be judged by the order of the reaction, and this gives further information about mechanism. So the slowest step in the reaction can be judged by the order of the reaction, and this gives further information about the mechanism. Why order of the reaction? Slowest step in the reaction can be judged by order of the reaction. So according we have discussed it, rate law is different from law of mass action. Rate law is concerned only with the slowest step. So from the rate law only we can determine order of a reaction. So that's why the slowest step in the reaction can be judged by the order of the reaction, and this gives further information about mechanism. So these are the things which I have discussed in this lecture. And so what we have discussed, so what is the rate law? Rate law for a general reaction like this products. So rate is directly proportional to a to the power of m, b to the power of n. Here a may be equal to m or may not be equal to n, and b may be, small b may be equal to n or may not be equal to n. Then r is equal to k, a to the power of m and b to the power of n. So where k is rate constant. If molar concentrations of A and B is unity, R will be equal to K. That is, if molar concentrations of reactants becomes unity, then rate of the reaction is equal to rate constant. And rate of the reaction depends upon the concentration of reactants, whereas rate constant doesn't depend upon concentration, it only depends upon the temperature. If temperature is increased, rate of the rate constant of the reaction changes. Okay, this is about rate of the reaction and the rate constant. And another thing is, rate law is different from law of mass action for complex reactions. It is equal in case of simple reactions, simple and single step reactions. It is a major basic difference between rate of the reaction and law of mass action. And another thing we have discussed about is order of the reaction. So sorry, order of the reaction is the sum of powers of concentration, molar concentrations of the reactants in a rate law. This is rate law. M and N are concentration, powers of concentrations of reactants. So this is order of the reaction. So order of the reaction with respect to A is M, order of the reaction with respect to B is N. Okay. So overall order of the reaction is M plus N. This is about order of the reaction. Order should be maybe 0, maybe it may be fraction, okay, like this. It should be determined experimentally, okay, right. And molecularity of the reaction. The number of molecules taking part or participating in a slow step is called as molecularity of a reaction. If one molecule is participating, it is called as unimolecular. If two molecules are participating in the slow step, it is called as bimolecular. Suppose if there is only one single step reactions, the number of molecules or ions which are participating in the reaction are considered as molecularity of the reaction. So molecularity should not be 0 and molecularity should not be a fraction. This is about molecularity, and molecularity should be determined theoretically. Okay, these are the basic concepts of chemical kinetics. So in these two video lessons, I tried to introduce chemical kinetics and basic concepts of chemical kinetics. Thank you.